This video is going to go over graphing quadratics, specifically quadratics in vertex form and quadratics in standard form. So quadratics in vertex form look kind of crazy. Now on your formula chart for vertex form, you'll see f of x equals a times x. Sorry, and this should be a minus h squared plus k. And that just means that I have a set of parentheses squared plus or minus something. Now to figure out which of these graphs this equation represents, we're just going to use Desmos and type it in. So I'm going to go to my Desmos, and in that first box, I'm going to type in exactly what I see, and pardon the glare, from my paper. So I have f of x, so I start by typing in f of x equals, and then I need exactly what it says here. So parenthesis x plus 2 squared, and then plus 1. So now I can see what my graph looks like. I'm gonna get rid of the glare. And I need to pick, okay, which of these four match this graph. So I'm gonna check the vertex, and I can see the vertex is at -2, 1. So looking at each of these graphs, well, -2, 1 would put my vertex here. So it's not that graph. -2, 1 would be here. It's not that graph. -2, 1, okay, well, this one works. Or -2, 1. So it can't be that graph. So it's simply put it into Desmos, find the one that matches. Okay, well, now let's look at standard form. Standard form is the same idea when I graph it. It just looks a little different. This is the one where we're used to seeing y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So I type in my equation exactly how I see it on my paper. So I'm just going to delete what I have and leave the f of x. And I have 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. Again, I'm going to look at where my vertex is. So I'm going to press that point, and I can see it's at -2, -7. So I'm going to plot that point. Well, -2, back 2, down 7. Okay, well, it's not that first one. I don't have a vertex at that point. My second one, back 2, down 7. Well, I do have a vertex there. This one, back 2, down 7. Okay, well, that one works too. Or back 2, down 7. So now I need to see which of these two match this. Well, I don't have any more points that I can see on here, but I do have my x-axis, sorry, my y-intercept at 0, 1. So looking at this, if I look at my y-intercept here, does this y-intercept match that y-intercept? No, this y-intercept's down here, so that one doesn't match, so it can't be that one. And this one's kind of hard to see, but it would indeed be there. So my solution here is this graph. So sometimes I may get one that has the same vertex, but I need to decide, okay, which one matches the graph I have. Okay, and then my very bottom one, again, it's the same thing, but now instead of matching different graphs to one equation, I have 4 different equations, and I need to figure out which graph this goes with. So go one at a time. We'll start with that first one, and we'll type it in. So I have f of x equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. So if I look here, I have a vertex at 1, -1. I'm sorry, 1, -4. So over 1, down 4. If I look again at my y-intercept, I see 0, -3. If I keep going, I see negative 1, 0. So those 3 points all match on my graph. So I'm going to put a little check mark, but I'm still going to check the other ones. So now let's look at the second one. So I have x squared minus 2x, or x squared minus x minus 4. Okay, well, looking at that point, that's at 0.5, negative 4.25. That point is not there, so it can't be that graph. Okay, well, let's check this one. So I'm going to change what I need to change. I have x squared minus 2x plus 3. Well, that one moved up. So that one has a vertex up here, but that's not where my vertex is. So it's not that one. And then I'm going to check my very last one. So we're going to delete what's in there. So I have plus x minus 4. And again, your vertex is in the wrong spot to match up with this vertex. So it can't be that one either, which means this first equation matches this graph. Now, if I can't see some nice points, what I can do is always change this equation to a table by pressing the gear button and then table. And I can see the points on my table here. So don't forget, you can change to a table if needed. In fact, I would encourage you to check the table, especially if you're given points. Okay, these are your notes for graphing quadratics. You do have an assignment that you need to complete. If you have any questions, please let me know.